Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Yesterday was Ram Navami, so somehow we had a little time to think of Ram Navami. Today we'll continue with the Gospel. You just referred neighbor. Then householders too will have the vision of God, won't they? One of the important doubts most of the householders will have. And look at the trust that how it has generated in his heart. And assurance you see from Sri Ramakrishna. Master, everybody will surely be liberated. This is an important concept, and from ancient times we see in human race that some things in our life like death, sleep, suffering and joys and sufferings of life. How many, on one side in this world we see intense suffering going on the other side we see intense enjoyments. But beyond these two dualities of joys and sorrows of life exists a state beyond these two of eternal bliss, eternal peace, and eternal freedom. Every soul, knowingly or unknowingly, whether it's a bird or an insect or an animal, you see constantly hunting for three things. Sukha, I must be happy at all times. Shanti, I must be having peace unbroken. And I must have Swatantriya, the freedom, total freedom from nature. I want to be free. I want peace. I want happiness. Let suffering not come to me. We see the two dualities, and what is our innermost heart seeking is eternal bliss, eternal peace, eternal freedom. Is this possible to go beyond the limitations of nature? Nature has brought us into this world. We have not come out of our own option. We did not know where we were, and we never knew there is a world and I have to come here, as if we are going to a friend's house. It is my will. I know the place where I know where I am, where I have to go. Nothing I knew. I was brought here into this creation. I was brought into this world. I know only from some time after my birth. Birth also I don't know, because my mind was not there recording the memories. Even early infancy and childhood, I do not remember anything. Later part I remember. But where is the joy? Where is the... But my heart constantly aspires for this innermost freedom. Now, can I have a state wherein this is possible, to have what my innermost heart is seeking? And sages went to search for this answer to these questions. answer to this inner seeking of the soul, leaving all things aside. Day and night they sacrifice their life in search of, like Buddha, leaving his young wife, small infant baby at home, goes on his great journey to find out, can the suffering of human existence be transcendent and gone beyond? Years he spends in struggle. Finally he comes and says, yes, there is a path that we can transcend the limitations of nature and go beyond. So this is then the sages slowly, what should man do? What should man do to transcend this nature and go beyond into the life eternal, life of where there is no suffering but there is unbroken joy and peace. There is no bondage, everything is total freedom, absolute freedom, as you want, and there is no any kind of disturbance or bondage, but there is eternal peace. Now they designed, they went to the ultimate and saw that and came down and regulated that every life, every person, everybody cannot go like us into the total seclusion, search for the reality. Like Buddha, we cannot leave our house, we cannot leave our family, we cannot leave our job, we cannot live without food and things for days and years, not knowing where will be my next morsel. No, I won't be able to do that. Everyone will not be able to do that. A few, one or two in a million possible. But what about the rest? So they formed a regulated life. And they called the 4 things that you have to achieve in your life. How to live in this world, because living is inevitable, and how to live, under what conditions do we transcend this nature and go beyond. So they brought 4 ideals, 4 achievements that man has to achieve in his life, called purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are the 4 ideals or the achievements that man must have. Purushartha. Artha means the seeking, the possession which I am going to achieve. Artha, purushartha. And it has to be done with my own struggle, taking the responsibility on my own shoulders. And this we see is the last one is liberation, mukti, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Now, with coming to the human life, you are come to this world, now you begin your journey, and the system has to be so designed that the whole society is made to move in that particular direction. Because a few living or a few following will not do. They have to live in such a way the next generation is able to pick up, because they come with their own propensities, and these propensities are to be suppressed, and the propensities with which they can achieve and expand are to be there. Now, if I live a life of perfection, then from the young age, the child, newborn child, is grasping me, and slowly the tendency is to live as the elders live. So whatever ideals I follow, the child will unconsciously follow. Whatever way I live, it also lives. So this tendency, that means I have to, each individual in the society has to accept this life, a regulated life of total dedication to the ideal of liberation. Ultimately what I want, I have to achieve the innermost craving of my heart, independent of the external world in which I live. I want that. So the innermost must be finished. Mind and other external things, the senses and mind will be seeking the enjoyments of the world. But whatever enjoyment you get in this world, whatever you are seeking and whatever you are getting in this world, will not remove the inner void. External affluence or external enjoyments, each is going to bind you deeper. Each enjoyment, with each enjoyment, there will be suffering following, a bondage and suffering. And where is the inner satisfaction? Where is the fulfillment of life? So when we are seeking the fulfillment in our life, otherwise you will come to this world, live a life mostly with the animal propensities. I want, run, that competitive spirit, challenge, and then slowly our nature is to grab, hold, pull, thieve, whatever possible, corruption, here, there, this, that, somehow make money, somehow enjoy. That animal nature will come out. In everyone there will be animal nature, human nature and divine nature. We have to destroy the animal nature, transcend the human nature and manifest the inner divinity. Now for this, the 4 purusharthas, that live all of you to the maximum extent possible, live a life that this trend passes through generations of generation. It will flow down. In spite of the external changes, external transformations that might occur, you have to live this life by which you will be achieving fulfillment in life. Enjoyment is different from fulfillment. Momentary enjoyments and so much of suffering and bondage. It looks, we don't even understand, we are under great bondage. We are in the realm of nature and we are in the prison house of nature. What nature dictates, I took birth and I am ending my life now. I am going to die. How the period went off. How short is human life. How fast it moves. And where is the next end? I went to enjoy, but I was enjoyed. That Bhartrahari says, Bhogana bhukta, vayameva bhuktaha. We went to enjoy, but we never enjoyed. There was this, like fishermen, they put the hook in the water with a earthworm or some insect or some flesh attached to it. And that it, when the fish come to eat that, catch that hook, they swallow the hook, immediately he pulls back. He went to enjoy, but now he was enjoyed. Kalo na yato vayameva yataha. Time did not go, we went away. We say time is going, time is going, time is all right. We are passing. So like that, human life is this. And within that short time, you have to achieve the goal of absolute fulfillment and then leave that to our next generation. Leave that legacy behind and go. For that, these four ideals were presented: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Dharma is to live in line with the nature's plan. Nature's plan is regarding us, the human beings, is the whole universe, the entire nature, and all that exists for my sake. Living beings, millions of living beings. If even a single living being is not there on this earth, the universe dissolves. There is no purpose of this universe except for the jiva. And till the last jiva exists in this universe, the whole universe with the three planes, gross, subtle and causal, the 14 planes of existence, it must exist till the last jiva is there. So this is eternally going on, because the jivas, on one side they are in the evolutionary process, on the another side they are involutionary process is going on. As many jivas they escape and go from the absolute now and then, like the Vispulinga, like when you hit the red hot iron, how the sparks come out, like that the jivas emerge from that and enter into the relative existence from the transcendental. So this is what we see, and having come to this, we have to finish that. So live according to the plan. What is the plan of nature? Evolution of jiva to the absolute perfection. From the source where we came, we have come into the relative existence, we have to go back to the source. Whole thing, the entire universe, and all of us, every object in this universe is undergoing the cycle of evolution and involution. Rain falls, water flows, evaporates, becomes cloud and again falls. Egg and hen cycle, seed and tree, everything is going in cyclic order. You can see the atomic configuration, you can see the planetary movements, everything is going on, day and night, all seasons. Like that, our life also is going in a cyclic way. So, in and through the cyclic movement of our life from birth to death, the nature's plan is let it jiva experience this universe, this relative existence, and evolve at the same time and reach back the source. That source is eternal, from where you have emerged. From that is, the infinite has become finite, and it is longing for infinite back to the source. That is the longing, the deep within, that cry of the soul for eternal peace, eternal bliss and eternal freedom is the, I have separated from the absolute. I want to go back to that eternity, eternal bliss. So this has to be fulfilled. Sri Ramakrishna here says, everyone will attain that state of liberation. So dharma is what is nature's plan? Living it according to it. Now you see there is one more term, nyaya and dharma. One is social order, that is what kings or the rulers of the society make the rules, how you have to live in a society, what all you have to do. If you do an error, you will be punished for this. You will be doing this, you will be getting this. So this is the social law. This is ordained by the king or the government. And what about nature? Nature's laws are called dharma. Now, I do a crime. Suppose I thieve somebody's property. I will see that nobody is able to find it out. I take all the precaution that nobody sees, nobody finds, and I steal and enjoy it and finish it off. I have escaped from Nyaya. No king can punish me because there is neither proof nor anybody has seen it. But I cannot get rid of this karma. One day or the other, in one life or other, I have to work out what I have taken from theft. I have to return back with the interest. So I can escape Nyaya, but I cannot escape dharma. So we see we have to live according to dharma. See that whatever you do satisfies nature, satisfies the divine, satisfies your innermost core of your existence, heart of the hearts, and you are free from guilt. This is living according to dharma. The first thing taught to child is live like me, my child. I am living the path of dharma. You will be entering into you may have to take strain, you may have to take pain, you may have to sacrifice so many things in your life, you may have to fast for many days, but don't leave dharma. For these true ways of coming and going, beyond this coming and going, you are going to enter into life eternal, of eternal bliss, unbroken bliss. You are going to enter. You are going to enter the ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. So do sacrifice. So this is the path of dharma. The ancient sages showed us to walk on the path of dharma while you are living in this universe of relativity. This is relative existence, and from where we came is absolute existence. There are two existences, the absolute and relative. The whole relative universe is like a speck in the vast, boundless existence of Satchidananda, the absolute. It appears in the absolute and dissolves in the absolute time and again in a cyclic way. So this is what we see we are. So don't leave the dharma at any cost. Dharmo rakshati rakshataha. So if you protect the dharma, dharma will protect you, lead you to the higher states of consciousness, and higher you go, and the highest state of consciousness is to be one with the absolute. So this dharma. Then the second thing is, I have to live. I need so many things in my life. I need food. I need a shelter. All this, the animals and insects are totally protected by nature and taken care of nature. But it doesn't fully take care of humans because it has given intelligence to utilize the resources of nature in such a way that it can utilize the resources of nature and make its life joyful and comfortable. So, because the ego is placed in him, which is not there in other species, because the intelligence is placed in this human, which is not there in other species, the responsibility to make arrangements for his living is then dharma artha. You strive, take the plough and go to the field every day and plough. Work hard day and night for your food. The animals move from place to place, graze whole day before it can come back in the evening filling its tummy. Won't you do this? You want to sit in one place and eat? Others striving? No. He says, work, work, work. Enhance the food. Sufficient for you and sufficient for the others who come to your place, who seek, who cannot do. For those who are in old age, they cannot work as you can work in the younger days. Children who are yet to grow, yet to finish their schooling, yet to finish their training, they don't earn. So artha you have to achieve through efforts from a particular age of your entering into youth till the old age comes. So this earning must be pure. Without effort, anything you try to take from this universe is like thieving, corruptions. You are not earned, you are not eligible, you are taking corruption. You are not worked, you are going to take away somebody's property. So what is going to happen to you in case you do this? The karmic load goes on accumulating. You have to repay, and you have to go in a harder way and through various other kinds of suffering, physical suffering, mental suffering. So earn whatever you earn in a legitimate way, in a way conducive to your evolution, in a way that is you are have rights to enjoy this. And whatever you put efforts and whatever nature gives you in return, enjoy that. To that extent, don't desire for more. Don't be greedy. Greed is when we cross the need and also when we cross our earnings. So, when within the limits the nature has provided you, make your living, artha. And the third thing is kama, the fulfillment of so many desires. All desires, human desires together is termed kama. Kama doesn't mean lust only, but it means all things, the heart desires, mind desires, senses desire, body desires, all types of desires together are called. Here there is lot of restriction. Enjoy in such a way it is not harmful to you and harmful to others. And you are again on the path of evolution. All legitimate enjoyments are permitted, but illegitimate enjoyments and beyond the limits will destroy you. So, this is called moral or ethical principles. Moral and ethical principles are brought in such a way that you are not harmed. Because we are living in the universe, the relative existence, it is governed by law of cause and effect. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, if you eat somebody's property, if you misuse a power given to you, if you misuse anything given to you, use it in a wrong way. Suppose I have been given intelligence with which I can serve this world or I can destroy this world. I can create an atomic bomb or I can create an atomic energy producing apparatus. I have the freedom. I can serve a man or I can kill a man with the same intelligence. So intelligence is there. I am misusing whenever I am trying to destroy someone, when I am going to harm someone, and its reaction is I am going to be harmed in return. So we see these moral principles, the ethical principles are brought into picture, that you are also not harmed. The nature also doesn't get harmed. So this relationship, this way of living, dharma, artha and kama, must lead you to moksha. So we see, live according to dharma, the laws of nature, then artha, earn what you want to spend, earn your own, take the responsibility on your own shoulders and strive to survive in this world of duality and fulfill the legitimate desires without entering into the illegitimate field, to the extent it is and in the line in such a way that you evolve. Evolution is the most important thing. Anything you do, whether it is reading or going to school or serving somewhere or earning, whatever you do in your life, just sitting and thinking, whatever you do, is it going to help me to evolve further? This is the one question you have to always ask before you do anything. To sleep, how much should I sleep? 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, it depends. And maximum can never be more than 6 hours. If you do more than 6 hours with any kind of activity, work, even the hard physical work, it is a kind of enjoyment created by our own habit. Body doesn't need more than 6 hours at any time if you lead a controlled, disciplined, pure life. We'll see further tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.